Hi guys. Last time I said I was going to share the 5 different types of people you meet in a group setting. Now, the reason why I want to share this is because when you understand the different types of people or the different types of ways people interact in a group setting, it helps you understand what values you can bring to the table according to your competence and your skills and mindset. All right, well, let's get started. So, number one is the organizer, the person who has put the entire thing together, who has set up the event, invited people over. It's the guy or girl who set up like movie night and invites everyone to come over to watch a movie, or the organization that puts on an event that there's going to be a speaker there and people come to see the event. It's the organizer. So the guy in charge of organizing the whole shebang. Number two is the speaker, the guy or girl who is enthusiastic and loves to talk and is excited and has an opinion on everything. I mean, these people, they are the attention grabbers, the people that we all come to a group to see because they entertain us. They give us an opportunity to kind of step out of our minds and experience theirs for a little while. Well, that's what they are. Number 3 is wingmen. And wingmen, or women, but mainly wingmen, are the individuals who support the speaker. The speaker and the wingman tend to bounce ideas off of each other a lot, because a speaker, especially when it's just in a group setting where people are hanging out, a speaker can only talk for so long before he or she runs out of ideas, or has no idea what the group wants to know about if the group's really quiet. I mean, I've been a part of groups where I was the speaker of the group naturally, and no one else would take up the wingman position to kind of support the conversation. So when a speaker runs out of things to talk about, the wingman steps up and has a witty comment or something to say to add value to the group, to add value to the conversation. And so that's the best way to describe it. And then you have the one where I'm most comfortable in, the wallflower, or the listener. Online, this would be considered the viewer, the person who is there just to enjoy being there. They don't like speaking up. They don't like being the center of attention. They just enjoy being a part of a group, enjoy being a part of something bigger than themselves. And when they want to talk, they'll turn to the person next to them and talk to the person next to them, kind of whisper, have a conversation between the two of them. And rarely does the wallflower ever have a conversation with the speaker, because most of the time the speaker is at a completely different mindset and wavelength than the wallflower. So a wallflower tends to like to talk a little slower, is more methodical, while a speaker tends to speak loud and fast, and they just speak whatever comes to their mind. All right. So, but the wallflower is more quiet and reserved. And what's interesting is most organizers happen to be the wallflower. They will organize the event and then take the step back after things are set up and just enjoy the moment. Now, you know this person is the organizer, because when there's a decision that needs to be made for the group, the organizers, the tipping point. That person tends to decide on what they're going to do, because that person has the best interest for the group. So the group looks to them and trusts them to make an opinion or make a decision when decisions need to be made. And then lastly is what we know as the outcast. Now, the outcast is a touchy subject. Online, this is what you call trolling, or trolls, or whatever. But I'm going to talk more in just a group setting. This is the person who feels like they don't belong in the group. This is the person who has a lot of thoughts that are discouraging and frustrating, and this is This is where I was when I was young and I was that awkward child. I was that person who was the outcast because I just didn't feel like I fit in. Uh, I couldn't say anything, but most of the time the reason why I was the outcast was because I thought I had to be the speaker, or I had to be the person who organized the event, or supported the speaker and had a conversation with the speaker. And because I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing, and it didn't come natural to me, I I would get discouraged because anytime I spoke up, someone else would interrupt me right away, or I said something, but it was so awkward and slow, and it just didn't mesh well with what was going on that everyone was just like, okay, well, moving on, and so that's where I felt, and because of that, I just get so discouraged and frustrated, and I start having questions of like, why is it that I don't fit in? What's wrong with me? You know, but these are the wrong questions to ask, because these questions then put you in your mind. And when you're in your mind and you're not thinking about the person next to you, you're thinking about yourself, whether that's positive or negative. You're still thinking about yourself, and um, and you're disconnected from everyone because you don't know what's going on anymore, because you're now too busy thinking about why is it that you don't fit in, uh, or I don't look good. I was like, I don't know what to do with my hair. You know, I've had that happen. Uh, and you start getting self-conscious. I know I do. And anyway, I get very self-conscious, but I have to stop and realize, no, this is it's not about me right now. I'm not here for me. I am here to inspire someone else. I am here to show love for someone else. And when I make that mindset, that switch, and that's all it takes, is that switch of mindset, I'm no longer the outcast, because now I have a purpose. Now I can look around the room and see someone else who probably is struggling with the same thoughts that I was having. And all they need is someone to come up and talk to them and make them feel welcomed, and show love to them. And that snaps that person out of that mindset. They feel like they belong now because someone has actually paid attention to them. They exist, and it makes them feel welcomed. And after you do that, then you introduce them to someone next to you, because being the person who is now thinking about the people next to you, you're always sitting next to more than one person. So you start talking to this one person, and you happen to know another person, and you're like, hey dude, hey, let me introduce you to so and so, and you introduce the person, and you say a little bit about that person, you say a little bit about that person, and that gets the conversation going, especially if you know enough about the two, and then those two can have a conversation, and then you can slip away into the next conversation if you feel like doing that. If you're, it's that dynamic social group. So those are the 5 people. That's how I manage myself in a group. And yeah, I'm way over time now. I try to keep all these videos 5 minutes. If you have any questions, send me a message, comment below. I've written this up, and if you guys are interested in knowing more about this, just message me, either a comment below or message me privately, whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow.